Sweets here. Today we're going to make something simple, easy, something good for end of the summer, for the Labor Day weekend, or a special treat for school with the upcoming holidays. This is a very simple thing to make. They are Oreo cookie cake pops. They're made with just a few ingredients, and you can make them with sticks or without, so they can either, be served in a little mini cupcake wrapper, or you can serve them on a stick. Either one. On a stick is kind of fun. I took this idea and later made it into a Mickey Mouse cake pop, but today we're just going to focus on the Oreo cookie cake pop. So come along with me. Let's go ahead and make this. It's going to be delicious, yummy, yummy, yummy. Let's get going. Okay, so we're going to get these going. I have 2 rounds of Oreos. I bought a pack at Costco, so if you get a pack from the store and it just has the rows, just take 2 rows out. I'm using 2 rows of Oreos that I'm going to crush up. I have this huge thing of cream cheese. Obviously, I'm not using the whole thing. I'm using 4 ounces. I have some paper straws that I'm going to use as my sticks. I do have some chocolate that I'm going to melt down to dip them in, and I will probably dip them in dark chocolate and also in white chocolate. Another substitute you could do is peanut butter chocolate if you want to. Not peanut butter chocolate, peanut butter chips that you can melt down and make it like a peanut butter Oreo type of thing. So I'm going to get these cookies going. We are going to slowly put them into my Ninja blender. Now if you have a food processor, you can use that as well, or a baggie with a mallet works very good too. So we are going to take our cookies and we just want to get them into a crushed consistency. So I'm going to throw them in here. And I might be able to do this all in one bowl. I was going to use my mixer as well, but I think we might be able to avoid one more dish. Just do this all in my blender. Okay, so let's throw all these in here. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the lid on. This thing is tricky. It has to be lined up just the right way. Push that down. And we're going to start chopping these cookies. And I don't want them too crushed. I don't want them like sand, but I also don't want them in big pieces. So that's about it. You saw that. That was about 2 pulses. Let me get kind of close to that. So the crumbs are done. They're at a good consistency. You can see that they're kind of fine, but there's still some pieces in there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take, I cut the 4 ounces of cream cheese out. We're going to stick that right into your blender, food processor, or mixer. Okay, I need to wipe my hands off here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get that mixer going. Line up my arrows here. Okay. We're going to start blending this until we get a creamy, until it becomes a creamy consistency. So we'll be back and I'll show you what we do after that. Okay, so I have the mixture all creamed together. I have a bowl, some parchment paper, and a scoop. It's my fruit or cookie scoop. So you can see the consistency of this. It's kind of fudgy and thick, which is exactly how you want it to be. And I did have to sneak a little taste, and it tastes amazing. This would also be really good as like a dip, like for cookies or crackers or whatever. You could shape it into a ball, roll it in some chocolate chips or some nuts, and it would be really good. Okay, so we're gonna get this mixer all cleaned out. And get that out of the way. Our next step is going to be a lot like cake pops or cake balls. So I'm going to stick this over here. You're going to have your little scoop here, and we are going to scoop little balls of this dough or mixture and put it onto parchment paper. So just keep scooping, and these will make nice even scoops. I'll have to show you how to make Mickey Mouses out of these or something after this video. So I'm going to continue scooping. You can see what they look like, and we'll be back. I'll show you what to do next. Okay, these are all scooped. So our next step is to pick them up as I do the cake pops. And we're just going to roll these into a ball. So you don't want to push really hard. You just want to roll ever so gently. So I'm rolling these gently. I am going to put some parchment paper down on a plate or a paper plate, whatever you want. And we are going to stick these in the freezer. Don't put the sticks in yet. I prefer to do it afterwards. We're going to stick these in the freezer for at least 2 hours to let them get nice and chilled. So you want to make these ahead of time. That's the one thing about these is always make them ahead of time, like the night before, and then the next day all you have to do is dip them. So I'm going to continue rolling these. We're going to stick these in the freezer. I'll see you in a couple hours, and we're going to get these things dipping. Okay, so these have been freezing for 2 hours. They're nice and firm to the touch. You can see as I push them. So what we're going to do is I cut the straws, the paper straws in half with a sharp knife. And we are going to start dipping these. Now I have some white chocolate melted, and then I have my dark chocolate melting over here. It's not completely melted yet, so we're going to start with the white. So the first thing you want to do is take one of your little Oreo balls here. And I usually take the end of the paper straw and I dip it into the chocolate before pushing it into the top of the Oreo or the cake ball or whatever. And that helps secure it in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a couple of these. So you put it down, dip the bottom into the chocolate, whatever chocolate you're using, and dip in. So as those set up, they usually set up pretty quick because your cake balls are cold from being in the freezer. So they set up fairly quick. So you want to go ahead and you just want to dip these like so into the chocolate. Now you can decorate these if you like. You can use crushed Oreos around them. You can leave them plain. You can do whatever you want. So I'm not going to decorate them or anything. I'm just going to do the basic simple cake pop. I'm actually going to turn these into Mickey Mouses for a birthday party on Sunday. And so I'm just going to leave them plain for right now. So that's how we dip those. Now, as soon as that dark chocolate's done, we'll come back and we'll dip some of those as well. Okay, so we have the dark chocolate. It's all melted. We're going to go ahead and take a couple of these Oreo Pops here. And I have some red straws. I'm doing this at an odd angle, so please excuse me if it seems like I'm reaching over. Okay, so I have these polka dot straws. And I went ahead and cut those in half. I'm going to dip them in the dark chocolate now, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick those right into the top of our Oreo Pops. Like I said, you can decorate these any way you want. You can see back here that the white ones have all set up and they're ready to go. Again, you can decorate these with sprinkles. You can do it with nuts. You can do it with crushed Oreos. You can make a decoration on them. You can leave them plain. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to dip these in the dark chocolate. I'm going to shake that excess off. Put that right down. Now the dark chocolate takes a little bit longer to set up. But basically this is how you do the technique. So there you are. There are your Oreo cake pops. These are delicious. Kids love them. Simple ingredients, easy to do. Great for a birthday party. I hope you get a chance to make these. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. You can also email me. You can go on my Facebook page, Jus4SweetZ, and ask questions. I have people that PM me on that all the time and ask cake questions, and I'm more than happy to answer those for you. You can also join me on my group page recipe book, where you can go down there and download or write down your own recipes, as well as seeing the recipes posted by other people. So until next time, next video, have a wonderful day, everyone. God bless.